you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
It's the same as this whenever a U.S. citizen parent gets arrested with a child.
Oh, that just made sense.
Zero tolerance.
Yo! The silence from her.
That you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
It's the same as this whenever a U.S. citizen parent gets arrested with a child.
Oh, that just made sense.
Zero tolerance.
Yo! The silence from her was deafening. The silence. My God. I got to hear that again. Oh, let's do that again. If need be, that's the zero tolerance. So it's like if they get caught, they get separated. Just like if you get arrested somewhere, DUI, whatever. Yeah, I get it. That happens.
Save lives.
And so the recommendation of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as this whenever a U.S. citizen parent gets arrested with a child.
Zero tolerance is a policy that separates children from their
parents. If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York,
I can hear you.
Arrested a father for domestic violence.
Oh, he's a New York police officer. No wonder he's got that look, boy. Yo, don't he look hardened? He looks really hardened. To be a policeman in New York, you couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me. Sorry. Nope. Couldn't pay me enough. I'll become rich another way. And I know they're underpaid anyway, probably. So, you know.
I separate that.
Mr. Holman, with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're in the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go to the port of entry, do it the legal way. Made that clear.
Okay.
Talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
She was like, I ain't gonna argue with this nigga no more.
About stumping for Bernie Sanders in Iowa. Let's take a listen to what she had to say on Saturday.
Organizing is about tipping people off
fuck is
if you
that?
start to see that ICE and CBP are in communities to try to keep people safe. I'm here because Senator Sanders has actually committed to breaking up ICE and CBP.
Tom, your thoughts on that statement?
It's ridiculous. It's an extremely stupid statement made by somebody I never consider real smart anyways. But here's an elected lawmaker. She's a congresswoman standing on the stage telling people how to obstruct ICE. Tipping off people that ICE is looking for. And she needs to realize 9 out of 10 of everybody ICE arrested last year was a convicted criminal or pending criminal charges. Let me talk about last year. 137,000 criminals, 2,000 were murders, 12,000 sex offenses, 45,000 assaults, 62,000 drug offenses, 10,000 weapons offenses. And she wants the community to tip these people off. The ICE is in their neighborhood operating. ICE's job is already extremely dangerous. Now she's making it more dangerous. And she's one of these Democrats keep saying, no one's above the law. The president is above the law. We need to impeach the president because he's not above the law. But apparently illegal aliens are above the law.
How was your workout?
ICE isn't allowed to arrest them. It's a ridiculous statement.
Thank you so much.
Wow, dude. Well, are you like abusing animals?
Your statement.
Yeah. Tom, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
I got a message.
Punched him in the tooth.
As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden
Why do you lunge at your hand? Oh.
Violation of federal law, you better start packing now.
Yo, this dude is no nonsense. Yo.
I got another message.
He said you're going home.
Mexico.
Uh-oh.
You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined.
Whoa.
And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization. And he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
Whoa. Whoa.
You're not an amateur. You've been doing this.
Yo, this dude.
You're a big cop. Also,
People would vote for him. If he ran for president, people will vote for him. People will vote. I ain't seen him smile yet. I think right here he's got a slight smirk, maybe. I know this dude don't smile much in real life. I could tell he one of them dads if he's got kids. It's like he smiled at your birthday party and that's it.
you worked the border before, went over to ICE. You've done it all. What does the process look like? Because I think some people get the impression that you're shooting from your hip, but you know what you're doing here, right?
I know exactly what I'm doing. And look, this is the second time I get out of retirement for this president. And because it matters. And look, I was a Border Patrol agent. I wore that uniform, and I'm proud that I wore that uniform. So, and I was an ICE agent. I was the first ICE director that actually came up through the ranks. So the 20,000 men and women that worked for me, I didn't ask them to do anything. I did myself because I was one of them. So look, I know the border, and I know there's a lot of great patriots. Look, I shut
What'd
my
you have for
phone
dinner?
Friday night because I couldn't handle the phone calls, the texts, and emails from thousands.
You haven't ate yet?
ICE agents and Border Patrol agents excited about
Oh,
the rumor I'm coming back. But more importantly, that thousands of retired agents, retired
You
Border
cooked
Patrol
it?
agents, retired military that want to come in and volunteer to help.
Wow.
To secure the border and do the deportation
Wow.
snipers. So I've been off the grid.
They're ready.
Every day it's just because I couldn't handle all the phone calls and plus all the death threats rolling in.
Gotta follow the law, folks. Gotta follow the law. And like I said, the only ones I feel bad for are the ones that were probably sold a dream and bust over here illegally. And, they're kind of like, well, they told us it was going to be all right and it would make it legal. Just come on, we'll take care of you. Like that bothers me that they uprooted themselves and came.
Yeah, I see the jet.
And also, if you got illegal parents or whatever, the families that will be broken up,
I think I like the blue.
The children are the innocent ones. They didn't know mommy and daddy broke the law to come here. And now, so I feel bad for them, but you can't be breaking the law. You know what I mean? So it's.
My family's not at home right now because that's starting. But, that's something we're going to deal with. They're not going to bully me away. They're not going to shut me up. They're not going to make me go away. This is the biggest national security vulnerability this nation has seen since 9/11. We have to fix it.
Wow.
And it's one of the reasons Kamala Harris lost and Donald Trump won. So Tom, you just mentioned deportations. I know during the last Trump administration, when you were there, they did have the large-scale worksite, essentially raids, where they would go into a place and there would be hundreds of people who were in the country illegally. I know in 60 Minutes a couple of weeks ago, you said that those would continue under Donald Trump in the next administration. What do you have planned? Well, I know you don't want to give away the whole game book, but you do have deportations, mass workplace stuff planned. Any other kind of category of deportations of interest?
Look, as the president said on stage many times, which I agree with 100%, it's going to be the same it was during the first administration, which is just a hell of a lot more of them because 10 million people have entered this country illegally under the Biden administration, or they actually let into this country, even though it's violation of federal law what they've been doing, the abuse of the parole authority. But look, I've been clear, President Trump's been clear. Public safety threats and national security threats will be the priority because it has to be. They pose most danger to this country. So we're going to prioritize those groups. Clear. Public safety threats,
Probably the one on the right.
security threats will be the priority because they have to be. They pose most danger to this country. So we're going to prioritize those groups. Those who always have final orders. Those that had due process at great taxpayer expense, and a federal judge said you must go home, and they didn't. They became a fugitive. So, and as part of worksite operations have to happen. Here's why, Steve. Where do we find most victims of sex trafficking and forced labor trafficking? At work sites. And the Biden administration shut down
Wait,
work
what?
sites. Happened. Here's why, Steve. Where do we find most victims of sex
Oh,
trafficking
what the
and
fuck
force-related
is
trafficking?
this
At work
pass?
sites. And the
Wow.
Biden administration shut down work sites. On one point, they say we care about sex trafficking, human trafficking. Then they shut down worksite enforcement, which is one of the main areas we find the victims.
Wow. My. Well, from my assessment of these clips that I have compiled, I would say he's made a good choice on the borders. He sounds like a guy that's gonna get it done.
Yo, dog, say something.
Post comments down below. Let me know what you think,
Okay.
though. If you enjoyed my reaction and commentary, hit the like button, subscribe, and share and subscribe if you have not yet, because we are on the road to 10 million subscribers.
Bro, I can barely fucking hear you, man.
Big retailers hate when you do this, but they can't do a damn thing about it. There's this new battery-operated power.
This push-to-drink bottle gives you more energy and better sleep. It also helps you fight disease and age.
But if you want to start studying this for your
okay, like a pop or whatever.
Love life naturally and with
self. I'll put the link in the chat later for you guys, but not right now because we got a show to do. We got a show to do. But I'm not done. I'm not done. Let's head on over to a Decision Desk HQ. Look at this. So the map is insane. Obviously Trump wins 312, and honestly, if it was a free and fair election, I think he would flip California straight up. I think he'd flip California, and maybe New York. Honestly, maybe New York for sure, and probably Washington. Because isn't Washington like mail-in only? Is Oregon mail-in only too? It's possible this whole thing would just be red, honestly. But I wanted to point something out. Like California has gotten everybody's attention because if you look at the state, right? If you look at the state, this is 2024. And yeah, this is a Decision Desk HQ.com. Let me actually, I wonder if it'll let me go back to I have to use a different one. 24. I have the screenshot of it. All right. Let's look at California. Look at California. This is pretty interesting. For people in California, pay attention to this, because if California gets free and fair elections, I really think that Cali is red, or obviously trending red. But let's compare this to 2020, right? And remember, 2020, in my opinion, was straight up stolen. But look at this. So this is California in 2020, and I'm from SoCal, so I find this interesting. So look at all the blue. This is 2020, California, right? And remember, 20 and I'm from SoCal, so I find this interesting. So look at all the blue. This is 2020. In my opinion, maybe a lot of this was stolen. But look at all these counties. Fresno.
Yo, you should
Look at
watch
all this.
Transformers 1, dude. Look
Look at all this blue, right? This is 2020, and then you go to 2024.
It's free on YouTube.
Cali is red. This is by county. Cali is red, dude. It's red. Watch, let me get a more detailed map right here. If you look at these counties, we'll just take a look at California right now as an example. So I showed you 2020, and you could see the difference. Here's San Bernardino County. Look how close this is. Look at that. That's progress. And you got a bunch of RFK Jr. retard voters, 5,000 of them. I don't know why they still vote for Trump. Maybe they're fake, possibly. I mean, why they vote for RFK Jr. and not Trump. But that could have, boosted Trump's numbers even more, right? Way more. It's only highlighted for Kamala because she won the state. But obviously Trump, look at San Bernardino, dude. Trump won San Bernardino. That's crazy. Crazy. I guess that's considered like rural, right? And then you look at Inyo, California. Look at that. Trump is up. And then you go to Kern. Trump beat her there. Orange County. Trump beat her there. River. Kern. Trump beat her there. Orange County.
What happened now?
County. Trump beat her there. Riverside. Look at Riverside. Pretty close. Pretty close. That's within 10,000 votes. Within 10,000 votes. And so, yeah, it's interesting to see all these flips. All of this flipped. Like, I'll show you the map again. Look at that. Look at all that. All this went red right here. Red. Red. I think that's Fresno. At Fresno County, red. Look at all that. Inyo, red. San Bernardino, red. Riverside, red. OC, red. Total. Look at that. That's a red wave down the middle of the state. Red wave down the middle of the state. So this is interesting. This is definitely interesting. I think California is more red than it's appearing to be right now, to be honest with you. And my theory would be you got Silicon Valley, you got the swamp in Sacramento, right? And then you got Los Angeles. And then you got San Diego, right? Which tends to be a little more liberal. But what's interesting about San Diego County down here is all the illegal aliens are being dumped in LA County, San Diego County, And then obviously you're going to see San Francisco. That's like where all the AIDS, bodies are. And then the swamp in Sacramento. And I would be willing to bet that the majority of illegal aliens that were imported and dumped into California are in LA County for sure. So take a look at this. Look at LA County, Kamala Harris, and this is with 68% of the vote in. They're still counting. LA County, obviously there's a bunch of liberals, leftists, and retards. But it's almost like, it's probably more populated, right? Yeah, it's probably more populated. But geographically, location-wise, it's like these smaller counties are holding the whole state hostage. You know what I mean? It's like these smaller counties are holding the whole state hostage. It's like everyone's like, we're red, but all the retards in LA, San Diego, Silicon Valley, no, we want to cut our dicks off. And we want illegal aliens. Colleges, universities. But I would be willing to bet that, dude, millions. Look at these numbers. Look at this. 1.6 million for Kamala Harris in LA County and 900,000 for Trump. Doesn't that sound a little overkill? I mean, maybe. I mean, LA County is heavily populated, but populated by who? Who's vetting who's voting or not? And Gavin Newsom, right before the election, literally made it illegal to ask for somebody's ID when voting. I suspect, on top of the rigor activity and, mail-in ballots, fake ballots, all that crap, right? The illegal ballot harvesting that they do, unverified. I'd be willing to bet that the illegal aliens dumped in LA County went over the top for Kamala Harris. Look at that, 1.6 million. And who are the 29,000 retard RFK Jr. voters? Who are these people in LA County? Who are the retards in LA County voting for RFK Jr. after he told you to vote for Trump? I would be willing to bet maybe those are fake votes. I don't know. LA County's interesting. That's huge. That's 1.6 million. Damn, I know it's highly populated, but I might be right. I would be willing to bet all the illegal aliens were just dumped in LA County, San Diego, and throughout the state, obviously. But look how red California is, dude. So I bring this up to show you is like, and I don't know if this will happen with, like, let's say JD Vance runs in 2028, or I don't know, man. I think Eric Trump might run. I don't know. I don't know about Don. I like Don Jr. I do. I just don't know if he will be the one that gets tapped by his dad. You know what I mean? Not because he's not smart, or it just seems like Eric seems to be getting polished and prepared for something. And if you caught what Eric and Laura Trump said, when did they say this? It was at one of Trump's last rallies, I think. Or was it Madison Square Garden? I can't remember, but Eric and Laura Trump went up there and they both said, when this is all over, we are not going anywhere. Like they specifically were talking about themselves, like, we are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. So the Trumps, I don't know. I don't know if Don Jr. will get tapped. It would either be Don, if that does happen, it would either be Don Jr. or Eric Trump. And I'm leaning more Eric Trump. Yeah, I'm leaning more, because every time I listen to that guy speak, he's literally with his dad. I saw him when I went to Trump Doral a couple weeks ago. His son is just right there. He's like, Trump is on the panel.
Have you
and
seen
Eric
Trump's
is,
like plans or whatever? Like him talking about what he's gonna do? Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? Oh,
Just standing right there by his side the whole time, and he's all over.
hmm. Yeah.
With his dad. But anyway, I don't know. I will tell you this: 2028 is gonna be interesting because if Trump taps his son Eric or Don Jr., I think it'll be Eric and not JD Vance. There's gonna be some kind of interesting rift in the party, and then you know that Vivek is not gonna let this thing go, and DeSantis is not gonna let this thing go. And you know that nagger, Nikki Haley, that annoying screeching woman, she's going to be back. So, yeah, 2028 is going to be a freaking circus, dude. Yeah. 2028 is going to be wild. Or they might just go with JD just to keep things going. But I don't know. I don't know by now, honestly. I really don't know. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. But anyways, I make that point to say is I don't know if whoever is up next, it can recreate this. Right? Like I don't know who would be able to replicate the red tsunami, like the red wave, the bloodbath, right? I don't know who would be able to replicate. Does JD Vance have the ability? Right? Like or a Trump. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. Those are big shoes to fill. But one thing I'll say is California is more red than you think. I just think they have rigged election. Look what Trump did in California. This is all Trump. Look at that. Crazy, dude. Cali's red. I just think there are tons of illegal aliens in the state. I think their elections are rigged. And I think they're holding the state hostage. And so, you know, it's if California had Florida's election system, election integrity, I think Trump would have taken Florida. Yeah. Yeah. And let's just say there weren't tons of illegal aliens voting. I think Trump could take, California. I think Trump could have taken California straight up. I think, which would have been wild. Absolutely wild. What is the electoral prize there? Is it 54? I can't remember. Right? It doesn't show me right here. Is it 54, guys? I can't remember. Somebody let me know. It's 54, right? $54, yeah. Yeah. Dude, if Trump would have won California, let's say California
Probably
had
start to head out in
Florida's
like
election
10
system
minutes.
minus the illegal aliens. I think Trump would have won California.
Does that work?
That would have
You
put
fucking
Trump to
piece of shit.
366 electoral votes.
You got any more chips, dog?
So you see what I'm saying? So maybe even New York.
fucking
Maybe
cunt.
even New York, dude. Right? We could look at New York too, I think. Let's see. Look at that.
If you can spare any, be good.
Look at that. You seeing this? This is New York, bro. New York is red.
Yo, dog. Fuck you, cut.
It's red.